Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Blanco the Slime, and it's time for your what to buy and what to avoid in GTA Online this week. Of course, if you don't know, we do this on the channel usually every Friday, sometimes on Saturdays, but usually on Friday, where we pretty much go over everything that's on sale throughout the week, what you should be spending your money on and also spending your time on, and all that good stuff. This week, we have a pretty good weekly update. One of my favorite bonuses, which is actually the nightclub safe being double money. You can see me opening it here. Now, this will earn you $100,000 every 48 minutes, which is dope, bro. Like that's a really good amount of money for a very short amount of time, and it's passive. It's all passive. But of course, you do need to own a nightclub in order to have access to this safe. But before we get into today's video, of course, take 1 second of your time. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow and also helps how the video performs in the YouTube algorithm. And of course, I do greatly appreciate it. We do have a good community building here, and I do plan on doing some giveaways, maybe some shark cards or something like that. Maybe even some GTA Plus memberships. We'll see what we decide on doing, but we will start doing giveaways once we hit 8,000 subscribers. We're closing in on 7,000. So join up, man, if you really want to be part of those raffles and giveaways. We're going to do a whole lot of good things on this channel. But anyway, let's get into today's video and what you should and shouldn't be doing / buying this week in GTA Online. And first up, of course, is the nightclubs on sale for 30% off. And that is including all of the upgrades and additions. So the garages, the warehouse space, all that stuff. I'm not going to go too much into depth about the nightclub. I do have videos on my channel if you want to see how you should run a nightclub and what you should buy. I'm just going to skip to the things you definitely should get, and that, of course, is the warehouse storage. If you are just now buying a nightclub, or if you had one and just didn't have the money to purchase the extra levels of storage, I highly suggest, while it is 30% off, please, for the love of God, buy all 5 of these. I promise you, the nightclub is one of the best businesses in the entire game if you really want to make serious money. But you need all 5 of those levels. And then, of course, you can also access the safe when you do purchase the nightclub. And just by simply keeping your popularity fully maxed out, you will get $100,000 every 48 minutes, which, of course, is 1 full day in GTA Online. So it's really good, man. 100K every 48 minutes. This week alone, the safe will make you back whatever money you spent on the nightclub. I guarantee it. But let's move on to some more sales. 30% off. We have the Annis 300R. This, of course, isn't a Monty Tech capable vehicle. You can get armor plating and all that type of stuff, missile lock-on jammers. Personally, I don't think it's the best Amani Tech vehicle, but I do recommend it if you don't have an Amani Tech vehicle. And then next up, we do have the Coquette D10, which, of course, is based off of the Corvette C8 in real life. One of the best-looking cars in the entire game, in my opinion. Performance-wise, it's not great, but I think the looks alone definitely make it worth the price, especially at 30% off. You really can't go wrong. I would definitely suggest getting you one. And next up, of course, we do have the Albany VSTR. It is under $1 million. It looks absolutely amazing, drives amazing, sounds amazing, amazing customization all around. You can't go wrong. I would highly suggest, honestly, getting all 3 of these cars from Legendary Motorsport that we just covered. I think all 3 of them are really good vehicles, and you really can't go wrong. Now, moving on to the podium vehicle this week, it is going to be the Grotti Stinger GT, I believe it's called. Nothing too crazy. It's a pretty cool car, and it's free, so obviously you might as well try to spin the wheel and win it if it is going to be free and you don't have to pay for it. I think it cost about 900K, so let's go ahead and try to win this thing. I said this in the last video last week, I haven't won one of these cars since I started doing these live spins for you guys. I used to do them off camera, and I used to win the car all the time. And now I do the spins on camera to try to entertain you guys, and it's coming at the cost of me not getting these cars anymore, man. I haven't got one of these things in like forever. And there we go. We get RP. Again, we don't get the car. I'm convinced that y'all are the bad luck, bro. It's not me, it's you guys. You guys are the problem. But maybe you guys got better luck than me. You could go ahead and try your luck and spin for the Grotti Stinger GT. Maybe you'll have better luck than I did. But anyway, let's move down to the LS Car Meet. Of course, we have the Uber Mach Rebla. Now, this is honestly one of the best SUVs in the game. I would definitely suggest win trading with the friend. You got to place top 1 3 days in a row, I believe, in order to win this car. But it's a great car and one of the better SUVs in the game. So I would definitely suggest doing it if you have a friend that you can win trade with. Next up, we have our HSW Test Track vehicle, and that is going to be the Grotti Turismo Classic. Now, I don't know why you would buy it here when you could just buy it on Legendary Motorsports. It will be cheaper because it won't have all those customizations. But moving on to our regular test track vehicles, honestly, out of the 3 of them, I could only suggest the Vamos to the left, and then of course the Benefactor Feltzer in the middle there. The car to the right, I forget the name, but it sucks. I really wouldn't recommend the vehicle to the right. But the Benefactor Feltzer here in the middle is probably the best bang for buck vehicle in all of GTA Online. I think it's like 100,000, and it's 30% off this week. And it's one of the better performing sports cars. It's still top 20 sports car in the game. And for that price, you really can't go wrong. So I would definitely suggest the Vamos and the Feltzer. Now moving on to luxury autos, we do have that new Coquette D10. It's like the retro version of a Corvette. And then of course we have the Grotti Turismo Amaggio. One of my personal favorite cars in the game, probably top 5, and I can recommend buying it, but definitely just buy it on the website, not from Luxury Autos. Moving on down to Simeon's, the only vehicles I really can suggest here are the Landstalker, which we're looking at right here. It has a pretty cool livery, some red and yellow going on, pretty interesting colorway if you ask me. And then also we do have that, the Dubachi vehicle, the Dubachi Rapid GT to the right of the Landstalker. Those are probably the only two vehicles I can recommend. This is the Dubachi right here. Honestly, out of all the vehicles in Simeon's, the Landstalker and the Dubachi Rapid GT are probably the only two vehicles I could recommend. I think they both cost under 250,000, and they're not on sale. I just double checked while I was actually doing this voiceover. They're not on sale, but the Dubachi Rapid GT is still a very, very clean car. Performs really well. Not too much in the form of customization, because obviously it's a million years old. But they do also have the Hijack Rustin available for purchase. I don't know why you would buy this one. There's many other better cars in the game, but for some reason, if you do like this car, I do keep in mind you cannot put a roof on it. There is no way to customize it or get a roof on it. And then of course you got Trevor's truck here. I mean, I guess buy it. It's like 25K, and you get to drive around the same car as Trevor. But personally, the only cars I can really strongly recommend are that Dubachi Rapid GT and of course, the Landstalker, which is the SUV right there in the front. Honestly, those are the only two vehicles I really can recommend. But if you do have a crap ton of money and you don't know what to do with it, then sure, get yourself the Hijack Rustin, get yourself Trevor's truck, get yourself whatever you please. But personally, I could only recommend the Landstalker and the Rapid GT. Now, moving on into some good ways to make money this week, aside from the nightclub safe, which we already covered. Of course, we do have your priority file this week being the black box file. It will give you 310,000. It only takes about half an hour to get these done, so I definitely suggest getting them done every single week. And then of course the salvage yard robberies, none of them are claimable, so no real sense here in spending too much time. Honestly, I say this all the time that it's really disappointing whenever Rockstar gives us a weekly update and the vehicles aren't claimable. I personally thought the salvage yard was going to have a claimable vehicle pretty much every week. When I first purchased the business, I thought that was the point of the business, and it ends up not being the case. But these are your robberies for this week. If you are interested in going and getting them done, those are going to be the robberies for this week. Now let's get into some time trials, because these are of course a really good way to make money as well. They only take a couple minutes. This is the location of your regular time trial for this week. They do pay 100,000, so I always suggest getting these done, because again, they only take like 2 to 3 minutes. So I mean, if you can't take 2 to 3 minutes of your time to make 100K, I really don't know what to tell you. But even better, we have the HSW time trial, which does pay 250,000, and that is going to be located right here. So this is the location of your HSW time trial. Of course, if you have HSW available, these do pay 250K, and they also only take 2 or 3 minutes. So I always suggest getting them done, because it's like free money. But that pretty much wraps up our video for this week on best things to buy and avoid in GTA Online. I hope you guys find these types of videos helpful and enjoyable. If you do, of course, hit that like and subscribe button. Show me that you guys like this type of content. For the most part, I get pretty good feedback on these types of videos. Like I said, I do them every single week on Fridays, where we pretty much go over, you know, everything that drops with the weekly update for GTA, and pretty much give you guys a guide on what you should and shouldn't be doing with your time and money in GTA Online. That's pretty much the whole point of my channel. The whole point of my channel is to help you play GTA Online the most effective way and the smartest way, I guess. So if that is something that interests you, hit that like and subscribe button. Again, it takes 1 second of your time, and it really helps the channel grow, and also how my channel performs in the YouTube algorithm, and I do greatly appreciate it. Let's keep this thing going. We got GTA 6 on the way. A lot of good times ahead of us. But anyway, until the next video, peace out, boys.